to see you. If you're new to the channel, my name's Jim. I work as a mental health coach for Inner Solutions. Welcome to our Facebook page. So glad you're here. And I would encourage you guys, please, in the comments, ask your questions, share your stories, anything. Everything is fair game. It doesn't have to be just panic and anxiety. It could be anything mental health. You know, part of working through anxiety after you start to get symptom relief is really to optimize your mental health in the ways of feeling really open, transparent, calm, confident, connected, courageous. Yeah, all those beautiful C words. And so even if it's not about anxiety, if you're like, I'm struggling with this or this relationship issue, it's all related. It all goes together in sorting out that emotional system that you have. So please, I encourage you. It is so much more fun for me when you guys share and to get to know you guys. And it's so great to see the regulars who come here all the time and the people who are here sporadically. It really, really is special. So highly encourage you to share. No stigmas, no judgment at all. Anybody who judges anybody in here gets Das Boot. Das Boot. Holly says, mine has changed through the years. Used to be only crowded places. Now it feels like anything new. So it sounds like you have a little bit of anxiety about the unknown, right? Anything unfamiliar, anything outside of your comfort zone. Very, very common. Very, very common. New people, new places, right? Okay. So yeah, it's like start with just some affirmations. I mean, it's not going to solve it, but let's start opening up the subconscious a little bit, which is just like, hey, new people don't mean I can't trust them. Doesn't mean it's not safe. New places can be great. And so what you want to do is, Holly, what I'd recommend is that you seek out a new place to go that is very, very aligned with something that you love. So for example, if you love like Salvador Dali paintings, that you find a beautiful art exhibit with some of his paintings and you go to it, a place you've never been, and you go and enjoy it so that you're starting to shift the psychological association with what we call new places. And once you start to step out of your comfort zone and it activates your reward system, as in like you feel a benefit from it, it'll really start to change that inner emotion towards anything new. And that's kind of the way to start to shift in that direction. Really powerful, really, really powerful stuff. But I feel you, Holly. And then also it's like with general anxiety, lowering that overall general anxiety level, Holly, is going to be incredibly important. Guys, I'm going to post a copy of the link to our ebook, The Panic Response Plan, in the chat right now. So this is a free ebook that we wrote. We're about to do an update on it. But this has a lot of strategies for destimulating your nervous system. It's that https drive.google.com link there. Or you can just click the link, the picture that came up with it. So this is like the 3 things to do when you have a panic attack. There's a section called Destimulating Your Nervous System, physiological things you can do, meditation, exercise, diet, specifics that you can eliminate and integrate into your life now to start to feel better. Not the cure, but definitely a huge, huge piece of getting over anxiety. And then the last section is more about the emotions, learning about irrational beliefs that you have, how to trace a thought down to a deeper core belief, and what to do with it after that. So really powerful book, really incredible resource. If you are kind of having trouble focusing, there's also the audio version in that folder that I shared, so you can listen to it instead. Grab a pen and a paper or just put it on in the car, but be very careful if you're driving and listening, especially if you're struggling with anxiety, because we want you to be safe physically. And I'm also going to share a link to our YouTube channel. YouTube channel has, I don't even know how many. Let me see about how many videos. It doesn't say. I think we have about 80 or 90 videos. I think it's something like that. In our YouTube page, all things anxiety there. Tips on how to deal with morning anxiety. Let me read some of these topics so you know what's in there. We have, hang on. Oh, there we go. Now we're live on YouTube. We have, where does health anxiety come from? How to deal with anxious people. The most powerful tool for overcoming anxiety, which, by the way, is visualization. 2 quick things to do for morning anxiety. Anxiety and astrology. Wow, really, really big stuff. Where to start when you feel bad. Holiday anxiety, all kinds of stuff. Overcoming anxious and emotional eating. Yeah, I had a big talk with a nutritionist to, how to have like kind of an anti-anxiety diet. You're so welcome. Lori, what's up? I have my good days and bad days. Bad days is constant worry and about things that I either have no control over, and then the good days are real good, like today was a good day. Until I dropped my phone and cracked my screen. And seriously, it set my anxiety going unbelievable. And I know it's not really a big deal, damn. A big damn deal or a big deal, damn? Yeah, Lori, look, it's not like we talked about those clusters of emotions in our class. I actually don't think it's just, I think the anxiety gets triggered with a real big stimulation of the nervous system, like a frustration. And so I would really, really go to that negative emotions list and just write down which ones you're feeling. Yeah. You're doing great with your screen messed up. Just use talk to text. But so glad you're here, and so sorry about your phone. And so, Lori, take a second. Just stop. I would, if I were you and I feel myself get escalating to that level, I stop. I stop. And I sit and I just feel the motion inside of me, the agitation. It feels like electricity would be running through my body. I just feel it. I just exhale a few times. And I feel the frustration, I feel it, and I just welcome the sadness up is what I welcome, because the frustration actually is sadness. And like a kid when they get real frustrated, if you can have an emotional release where maybe you just cry, and maybe you just let go, or maybe, Lori, you just need to rest because you're just so tired, and you just lay down and just close your eyes and just say, forget it, let me just rest. I'm actually projecting. I feel that need for me. And that's why I was kind of projecting. But no, what I like to do when I'm really, really mad, and actually what's funny is I actually do this with the dog. When the dog is really anxious, I give him a big hug and I just hold him where he can't escape. And he just, eventually, like he might struggle, he might squirm, and then eventually he just surrenders, and I can literally feel the angst leaving him, and then I can let go, and he's just like so peaceful. It's always better to have an emotional release, Lori. And I promise you, it's the frustration wants to come out in the form of a cry. Just like a little kid when they're so frustrated, they just can't make something work and they want to, it's just release. It's so beautiful. Asking for a raise anxiety, Did you ask for a raise? How did it go? How did it go? Jonathan says, thanks, Jim. Been watching here and there. Love what you're doing. I'm trying to do something a little similar. It's hard work and takes so much time. So props, man. I'm out of here, headed to Father's Rights live chat. If you want to talk, I would love to talk. Message me about anything. Trying to surround myself with like-minded people. Keep up you great work. Again, thank you for being here for us, that struggle. Lots of love, Jonathan. Appreciate it. Beautiful, Lori. Yeah, go rest. Go rest. You're okay. You're okay. Trust. Amanda's asking for a raise. Hey, hey, hey. You deserve it. You deserve it. I actually don't know if you deserve it. I assume you deserve it. But it is what it is. Guys, don't forget the core of anxiety. It's threat. It's your mind detecting a threat and then having a physical reaction to that, triggering that fight or flight. So what is the threat? And this can be so useful, identifying what the threat is. Amanda, what is the threat with asking for a raise? Them saying no. And so let's go down the rabbit hole. It's like, okay, well, if they say no, what does that mean? It means I don't make more money. Okay? What could that possibly mean? Well, if I can't make more money, then maybe I have to look for another job. Okay. That's manageable. But what might happen if you don't define that is like, I don't even want to think about what happens if they say no. And maybe it's also there's an emotional attachment to and a belief there. Well, if they say no, that means they don't value me or that I'm not doing a good job. Uh-oh. So now we've started making up stories. Right? Now we're making up stories. And that's a problematic because now we're not in reality and we're just in our heads now. So boop, 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 boop. Back up the the distorted thoughts checklist, right? Let's go back. Okay. So what are we doing? We are emotionally reasoning. Hey, if they say no, or no, we are, first of all, we're fortune telling. We're also mind reading, right? We're assuming that they're thinking something that we don't know that they're thinking, right? We are all or nothing thinking. If they say no, they must think I suck. And blame, right? You blame yourself for something you weren't entirely responsible for. Them saying no. Well, the thoughts are just distorted. If you believe distorted thoughts, you're going to have distorted feelings, and they're going to be polarized, and they're going to be strong, and they're going to be assumptions. What is the holdup? Why have you... yeah, saying no, rejection. Yeah, so they may say no, and maybe they say no because it's not in their budget or they have a fixed budget, and that's okay. You know, we have to honor what they say or how they feel. But also, the problem is they haven't said no. We don't even know what they're going to say. So one of the key practices can be just being present. Like, I'm just going to be right here. Let me stay right here, right now. What's happening right now? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Carmen, what's up? Good to see you. Carmen El Camino. Good to see you, soul sister. How you doing? How's your heart? How's your health? Lisa K on YouTube says, man, I just saw myself on YouTube. My eyes look glossy. I'm a tired little baby. How do you keep yourself from taking on others' pain? Yeah, that's a really great question. So empathy, right? How do you deal with being an empath? Lisa, you have to start exercising boundaries. What does that look like? Putting your needs forward. What else does that look like? Acknowledging your limitations. What else does that look like? Saying, I'm sorry, I can't. I'm sorry, I need. This isn't good for me. I don't feel healthy enough to do this. I need to take a break. Yeah, I mean, really, that's how you start. Some of the other things I do, like during sessions, if I feel like I'm taking on somebody else's pain or I'm just I'm too enmeshed with them, is I'll just, once the session's over, I'll kind of just do one of these, like kind of cleanse myself. And what I'm really doing is just motioning to my psyche, like, hey, to my mind, like, hey, don't need to take this up. Don't need to pick this up. Not mine. Don't need it to be mine. And actually, like taking on others' burdens is not the best way to help them, too. And that is rooted in reality. So good to be on YouTube. I don't know why that took so long for it to work. I didn't realize I was wearing a tank top today. I really don't think they will say no. I don't think they will want to pay what I'm asking. But again, mind reading. I really don't think they will say no. I don't think they will want to pay what I'm asking. Yeah, why? But the key, Miss Amanda, is why are you trying so hard to predict? Why is there a part of you that can't just be right now? I'll just be. Why is there a part of you that like, I would strongly encourage you to practice just detachment. I don't need this job. This job does not define me. This is not, and it's, knowing you, I know what it's rooted to. It's rooted to something much deeper, not even just the rejection of it, but it's a much bigger thing. And being attuned to that is like, trust in yourself. Trust in the self. Trust in the self. 100%. 100%. Trust in the self. 100%. 100%. Trust in the self. 100%. But it's like you have to raise the awareness of what it is tied to deeper. That's where like the journaling about it, exploring it is so powerful. Much more than just, yeah. And that's okay. Like that's natural part of you will mind read, soothe it. Be like, hey, it's really going to be okay no matter what happens. And, yeah. Yeah. Most of us with anxiety in a way are some type of control freak. We want the guarantee of safety. We want to know things are extraordinarily safe. But that empathy is tough. And being aware of the deeper fears, or what am I scared will happen if this goes this way? Or what am I scared will happen if it goes that way? Very, very important and powerful. It's a beautiful thing to trust. Yeah. Trust. And it's all layers of trust. Trust your future self if you were to have to walk away from the job. And like, it's so empowering to feel like, hey, I can walk away from this job. And it's one thing to say it, and it's another thing to believe it. And it's illusory, and it's distorted to think that you will not survive without this job, that you wouldn't be able to handle it. Because, and this goes for anything, relationships, negotiations, whatever. At one point in your life, you didn't have whatever it is you're worried about losing, and you were just fine. And you found the thing. So this is most prevalent in relationships. I was talking to a guy today who was so stuck on this girlfriend, this ex-girlfriend. He was like, we had this life and we had these intentions together, and then she just turned around and disappeared. So we did a bit of digging, and what we found was his life sucked so bad before her. I mean, it was like boring, lonely, unfulfilling. And this woman came in and he felt connected, and she kind of like taught him all this stuff, and he had his first real connection. And he was really, what he was scared of is that I'll never feel connected. I'll go back to exactly what was going on before I had this relationship. And it's like, brother. I feel like Hulk Hogan. Brother. Like, dude, you feel what it feels like to have a connection. You know what it's like to engage in that. Like, you need to be open to the possibility that can come in. So one of the things I would open up is, instead of this kind of famine mindset, shift into the mindset of abundance. And I hate that word when it's abused, but really knowing, hey, there's lots of jobs out there. There's lots of money. There's lots of opportunity. There's lots of romantic partners. There's an abundance of stuff out there. There's enough for everyone. But that mindset that's probably grandfathered in and learned through your family, or things they say, oh, you think money grows on trees? And oh, you think it's like, yeah, I think money is very attainable, or relationships are attainable, but not if you're closed off to them in your subconscious and in your psychology. So it's like, really got to make sure we're living a little more in reality and becoming aware of our beliefs. Like, oh, I'm screwed with that. It's like, no, you're not. In fact, there's probably something significantly better out there for all of you. We are constantly evolving creatures. We want to grow. We want to shed our skin. We want to break the shackles and break through. And if you're in a situation where you've been for a long time and it's not evolving at the rate you're evolving, and you don't feel like you're growing, you don't feel like you're, able to express yourself, it becomes restrictive and actually stops your growth in a lot of ways. So imagine if you were calm and confident, what you would be like. Like, and that video, the most powerful tool for overcoming anxiety, it's literally closing your eyes for a minute, 30 seconds, and just being like, what does the calm, confident, courageous version of myself look like? What does the fearless version of myself? What does the really confident version of myself look like? And just start with your physical posture, shoulders back, chest out, chin up, And it's like, whoa, okay. I spend all my day like this. Holy shnikes. Like going like this is massive. And then how do I breathe in the calm, confident version of myself? What do I think of these negotiations, the calm, confident version of myself? I would say, hey, this is my situation. I would love to get paid this. I think I deserve it. Really, it would make a huge, I don't think it would make a big difference in your life, but I think it'd make a huge difference in my life. And it would also make me a better worker. I'd be more productive. I'd be more focused. I wouldn't be so preoccupied and worrying about money. I would feel like my problems are taken care of, and I would have more conscious cognitive space to do a hell of a job for you guys. And I love working here, and I want to do a great job. What do you think? Where are you guys at with giving me a raise? Listen to them, take the input. And then it's like, maybe they say, well, we really have a budget. And you say, I totally understand and want to respect your budget. I haven't really thought about, if I'm able to stay here long term, if the money kind of caps out at this, because I do have, financial goals and intentions. And then you just have that conversation, and it's like, okay, calm, confident. But I get it. I get the stress, and the practice really is that acknowledgement of all the things you've done that are strong, all the things you've done that you never thought you could do 5 years ago, and all the things that you can imagine doing in 5 years that maybe you don't think you can do, and switching that way of thinking right off the bat. Okay. Well, this has been nice, everybody. It's been a blast. I thank you guys so much who shared. I would encourage you guys, again, when you come here, we love open books. We love open sharing. We want to hear every detail about what's going on with you. Want to hear where you're at and feeling better. Want to hear what you're struggling with, what you're succeeding with, and everything in between. So for Inner Solutions, my name is Jim Cipollini. I'm a mental health coach. If you're interested in joining our class, there is a link in the description of this video, right underneath the title. I believe it's innersolutions.academy/ sign up. Innersolutions.academy / sign-up-call if you want to hear more information about joining our class. Other than that, lots of love and good mental health. And remember, no matter how long you've been struggling, no matter how intense it is, no matter how hopeless you feel, you're never, ever stuck. You might just need some support. Have a great one, guys.